It's almost been a full year since my first major video drop, my video on why Kazuya struggles in Tekken 8. I made that video to vent my frustrations from playing the character. Many people agreed with me at the time that Kazuya was in a bad spot. Some disagreed with my points, and others completely dismissed the video entirely. However, many things have changed, as Kazuya got a massive amount of buffs and changes ever since the 1.05 patch. Many of the changes address the complaints I had about Kazuya, like 112 not working properly, inconsistent combos, giving Kazuya a proper 15 frame punish that isn't a grab for rage arts. Problems I rarely deal with nowadays. Not only that, Keisuke, the current best Kazuya player, has shown how Kazuya can shine in competitive play, taking Kazuya to the highest placements in major tournaments like 2nd at CEO and 5th at EVO. But what makes Kazuya so strong? What changes to make him more viable in competitive play? Did the buffs really impact him that much? Short answer is, yes, they definitely did. The long answer, you'll find out in a minute. Starting off, we have some system changes that help out Kazuya in this game. One system change that helped Kazuya a lot was the mass removal of safe, fast launching counter hits. During Tekken 7, a lot of characters had very low commitment counter hit launches for keep out, meaning if Kazuya ever got too close, he would get launched at the press of a single button. A lot of characters could do this, even Kazuya was no exception to having a magic 4. This was a major problem for Kazuya, as most of Kazuya's moves didn't have high crush properties, leaving him vulnerable to counter hits. With most of them gone, it's much easier now for him to get in. Next up, there is a global nerf of nerfing lows. How are they nerfed exactly? Well, a lot of moves that used to be minus 12 pokes are now minus 13. While that not might matter for some characters, for Kazuya, it matters a lot, as he has a 13 frame launcher from crouch. They nerfed a lot of lows that would give characters momentum. Like with Law, a lot of his lows are now minus 13, making it quite risky for Law to open up Kazuya player, as he could get launched for trying to poke. But what about Eddie? He has a 13 frame launcher from crouch, and he gets more damage. Isn't his version better? The answer is no. Why? Because Eddie's launcher starts with a high, meaning any low that has active high crush, it will just whiff. Meaning Kazuya can launch a low, say like Drag Lockdown 2, while Eddie can't, which makes Kazuya the more reliable punish, as his twin pistons is mid-mid. But what if I just low parry? It basically does the same thing as while standing 1-2, right? Well, it may seem that way, while standing 1-2 is better than doing a low parry, as low parries don't allow you to extend your combo to tornadoes. While twin pistons does tornado immediately, it gives you the combo more wall carry and better combo scaling compared to a low parry. The only real flaw being that the range is short, meaning people can space you out, making twin pistons whiff. One of the most important things for Kazuya is to get a knockdown, which is where his 1-1-2 comes very in handy, as compared to other Mishimos, Kazuya has the best 1-1-2 in the open, as Deviljin and Heihachi have a new knockdown animation that doesn't give them the same advantage as Kazuya's. And Reina's 1-1-2 doesn't even go to knockdown, as it just goes into her Sentai stance. So when it comes to starting offense, Kazuya gets the most momentum of the 10 frame punish in the open. There's also strong options like his down back 1-2, a 13 frame mid heat engager with very good range, and down forward 1-4. For a non-launching 15 frame punish, it's very strong, as not only does it give great Oki, it also forces them to wake up backwards after the steel paddle. Or you can also opt for a stomp instead of do 51 damage, which is a great solution to a lack of a 15 frame punish, which I highlighted in my earlier video. With the new game comes new tools for characters to work with, and in Tekken 8 they gave Kazuya a powerful move to use on a neutral. They gave him a Demon Paw, and a good one at that. Not only does it have great range compared to other Demon Paws that have stubby range, like Heihachi or Deviljin, it has a significant amount of pushback, which lets Kazuya do spacing traps like checking with 1-1-2, even though he's supposed to be minus 9. His Demon Paw also being a heat engager helps out a lot, and his Demon Paw in heat also gives him a free follow-up for 47 damage on hit in the open. If you don't want the automatic follow-up, you can hold back to cancel the animation. It's useful if the opponent is standing against the wall, giving you a wall splat. And if you heat dash out of it, it gives you a full combo on hit, giving him more control in the mid-range. Another strength Kazuya has is his very threatening mids. He keeps a lot of his legacy moves, like forward forward 3, being a safe mid-linear launcher. A new move they gave him in this game was his crouch dash 1+2. While it is a slow move to come out, Once it comes out, it puts Kazuya in a very advantageous position, as it is a +5 on block mid with chip damage. While the speed may look like a disadvantage, at first it can actually be quite helpful, as with traditional mix-ups, they come out at roughly the same speed. Meaning if someone gets a good read on your timing, they are more likely to dissipate whether you go mid or low. The slow speed of crouch slash 1+2 throws a wrench in that timing, meaning they either block it and they're forced to deal with you at +5, or they get hit and eat a raw 33 damage. Due to the raw amount of damage it does, it's incredible in combos, as it does Tornado. You can use it to Tornado from many of Kazuya's launchers, giving him a lot of combo damage. And if the Kazuya wants to cash out on damage, he can spend all of his heat and perform over 90 damage combos. As crouch dash 1+2 hits very low to the ground, as well making it the most optimal follow-up after a heat dash in combos. What's the point in having all these great mids if you have no good lows? Well, Kazuya has plenty of them. He has his iconic Hell Sweep, which gives him a very good knockdown. It is very risky, as it can either be sidewalk, or if it is blocked, Kazuya basically dies. He also has down 1+2, which have been sped up from 25 frames to 23 frames, making it harder to react to. It's only -14, making it not as risky as a normal Hell Sweep. It high crushes for a counter hit launch. And it's also very good on hit, and he has a safe mid he can frame trap with for a knockdown. But it's kind of slow, making it difficult to use against strong opponents with good reaction times. The actual low we need to talk about is his Stature King, or down back 4, as it's a god tier low. Remember how I said most lows that give momentum were nerfed to be more minus? Kazuya is an exception, as his down back 4 is still -12, making it a very safe low. That's not all it does, as its +4 on hit does a good chunk of damage, tracks to his weak side, and hits grounded. But why would we respect to a Kazuya spamming down back 4s? The reason is because of his down forward 2. If a Kazuya gets a good read when you want to press, boom, counter at launch. Not only do regular combos do a lot of damage already. If you trade with the down forward 2, Kazuya gets a shortcut for his perfect electric combo. Meaning if Kazuya has decent execution, he can get a perfect electric combo on trades for massive damage. But if you don't press into his down forward 2, it is -12, letting you take a block punish and take back some momentum. He does have safer options with back 2 for down forward 4, but both of these mids are terrible at block, which is likely the reason he gets to keep his down back 4. As other characters like Law or Jin have a down forward 1 that's good on block, meaning their momentum isn't completely killed, while Kazuya takes risk if he wants to use back 2 or down forward 4. Even with all those problems, down back 4 is still low that demands your respect, and the risk reward for blocking with all of Kazuya's mids is not in your favor. Kazuya's main game plan with his vortex ability is as strong as ever. His Hell Sweep gives amazing Okizeme, as it leaves the opponent right next to him. His alternate version pushes opponents closer to the wall. His Hell Sweep can also wall splat if you do it at the right angle, and since you can tornado at the wall, the damage is quite significant if you don't block it. He has plenty of mids to mix with his lows. Forward 3 and wall standing 2 are both natural hit launchers. One is safe, but it's also linear, while the other is completely homing, which is useful since you can sidewalk the main mix-up between forward 3 and its Hell Sweep, but it's launch punishable on block, making it a big commitment. You can stay on the ground to avoid Kazuya's mix-up. However, he has a still pedal that will hit them and flip them over, giving him more advantage, and it's completely safe on block. If the steel pedal catches them doing a wake-up attack, it can counter at launch for a free combo, giving Kazuya plenty of ways to snowball around. Kazuya got a massive buff to his wall pressure as he reworked one of his strings, his down forward 3-2-1 string, as now you can charge the last hit, making it plus. At the wall, it's borderline overpowered. When the charge hits someone's block at the wall, the opponent goes through the wall crush effect, meaning Kazuya is super plus, and it's so plus, Kazuya can loop it as he has enough plus frames. What if they disrespect the charge? They can in fact interrupt, but if you catch them, you simply let the last hit rip, and if it hits them on counter hit, Kazuya gets a bunch of free standing frames, allowing for an easy wall splat for massive amounts of damage. Now forward 3 also hits grounded, so if they try to stay on the ground, they still get hit, making Kazuya extremely oppressive at the wall. While all of these are great features, what about Kazuya's heat? Heat is a major factor in Tekken 8, and having good heat helps a character a lot. While Kazuya arguably has one of the strongest heat states in the entire game. Kazuya's down back 1-2, in my opinion, is a top 10 heat engager as it has so many uses. It's fast. At 13 frames, it is mid-mid, meaning you can't duck it. It has very good range, making it good for block punishment and whiff punishment. And in heat, it's an incredible frame trap tool, as Kazuya has so many ways to be +4, making his frame trap with down back 1-2 completely uninterruptible. He can use moves like down back 4, crouch dash 1+2, forward 4, sidestep 1+2, or electric, all situations that give Kazuya a true frame trap. The most powerful frame trap option is forward 4. The reason is because forward 4 forces crouch, reducing your options. While it is possible to sidewalk down back 1-2 up to forward 4, it's very difficult, meaning most people are going to have to take Kazuya's mix-up after he does down back 1-2. And the only easy way to escape from the frame trap is to either have an armor move from crouch, which is character specific, or use a rage art. And using rage arts is a very risky option. Not only that, there's no gap to interrupt down back 1-2, as some stream-based heat engagers can be interrupted. Some of them you can either interrupt with armor, or you could parry the second hit. Even with G-Clash like Laws 111 can be avoided with parries. Down back 1-2 has no gap, meaning you have to take the mix-up. Kazuya can also visually confirm if his down back 1-2 hits. If it hits, he can preserve his heat. And if down back 1-2 gets blocked, he can heat that down back 1-2 and be +5, leave Kazuya still in advantage. This is very strong, since at the wall, down back 1-2 wall splats. And if Kazuya gets a harder read with that down forward 2, it synergizes very well with down back 1-2. As a down forward 2 counter, it gives you 13 standing frames, giving you a clean wall splat with down back 1-2, giving Kazuya massive combo damage at the wall. Down back 1-2 can also be used in Oki situations, so the second hit can refloat for a full wall splat, meaning you're still not safe if you choose to lie on the ground. But there is one caveat to down back 1-2, and it's the fact that down back 1-2 is incredibly unsafe on block when Kazuya has no heat. While it does have a lot of pushback, it is -19, meaning any long range punish will work against down back 1-2. And at the wall, there's no pushback, meaning characters get a full launch for massive damage. So while down back 1-2 is very strong, you can't be careless with it. Kazuya's Vortex ability becomes even stronger in heat, as his Hell Sweep is a very powerful extension. By doing the whole string, you get a raw 45 damage. While it does knock them far away, you can use an exclusive down back 1+2 laser, as it is a full screen low. While it is avoidable by either blocking low or tech rolling, it can be useful to catch people off guard. The enhanced Hail Sweep also breaks floors, making it a considerable threat on stages with floor breaks or floor blasts, turning 45 damage low into a combo starter, making people more likely to duck and eat a mid. You can also cancel the hit grab by holding back. While it does less damage, it gives you very strong OP. You can also use it to wall split for further differences, giving Kazuya very considerate damage. If you don't want to risk dying from a Hell Sweep, you can always use this Heat Smash, as it's only -14 on block. While some characters like Brian can launch you, most characters can't, as you have to use standing punishment, which normally only lets you launch at -15. It also attracts heavily, meaning sidewalks don't work against the Heat Smash, and it has the benefit of breaking low parries, forcing people to block low. One of Kazuya's main weaknesses is the lack of a panic button. That is, until he goes into heat and gets one of the best panic buttons in the entire game. His standing 1+4 can almost do anything, as it's completely safe, which is always good for a panic button. It has a reversal break effect, meaning it will be any armor or parry. If they become airborne during an attack, 1+4 will straight up tornado them, giving you a full combo. It also hits grounded, because why not? And on full activation, he gets around 3 panic buttons. Plus, it's difficult to step as it will clip side steps. So while before Kazuya was very vulnerable to pressure outside of heat, when he's in heat, it's a completely different story. A mix-up character like Kazuya isn't strong unless he has the Oki to match. Many characters have setups to exploit specific wake-up options, and Kazuya is no exception. One wall combo you might see Kazuya players do is back 2-4 down forward 2. There's a couple of reasons Kazuya uses wall combo. First, it's very easy and forgiving to do at longer ranges on a far wall splat. Second, you don't lose that much damage compared to a standard wall combo, so damage loss isn't much of an issue. Third, the main reason is the knockdown after the wall combo, as while it doesn't look that useful, the angle it creates is actually very strong. As the main counterplay to avoid Kazuya's 50-50 is the sidewalk to the left. but due to the angle of the knockdown, you can't sidewalk to the left at all, meaning you have to take his mix-up. Also, if you use your health sweep, it consistently creates a wall splatting angle. And certain wake-up options also get clipped by Kazuya's mitts, like his steel pedal or demon paw. A terrible position for the opponent and a great position for Kazuya. Then there is the famous Mosku tech, popularized by the main man Sui. Now for our sakes, I'm going to refer to this tech as Spike tech, as it sounds less goofy than saying Mosku over and over. Plus, it's not exclusive to Kazuya, as plenty of other characters have it. Generally, how Spike tech works is that you spike someone to the ground, and you can get a free hit unless they hold up on wake up. From that point, you can employ mix-ups from there. Plenty of other characters can use this for tech and Oki purposes, but a lot of them have a flaw that Kazuya doesn't. If you look at Drag for example, his spike tech requires him to enter his sneak stance, meaning he can only do moves from sneak. What makes Kazuya's version so special is that he's not forced to go in a specific state, meaning Kazuya has free reign to do whatever he wants after the combo ends. He can do a steel pedal, which will beat most options, as the steel pedal will connect if they hold back, stay on the ground, or tech roll. If they press the wake up attack, they'll get counter hit launch, giving you a full combo. And it'll interrupt spring kicks, which is a notoriously annoying wake up option. If they know to hold up on wake up, they'll block the steel pedal, and now Kazuya is -9, putting Kazuya at disadvantage. So instead, you get Hell Sweep, as it will fully connect since they're standing up to block the steel pedal. Or you could use Down 4 instead, which hits grounded, keeps your momentum, and is much safer compared to the Hell Sweep. And once you start blocking low, you can either go back to using your steel pedal, or you can use your forward 3 as a hard read. Kazuya's Spike tech is an extremely powerful Oki tool, and has high potential for mind games that are in Kazuya's favor. I had a lot of issues with Kazuya, as I felt like he was missing plenty of key tools, and the tools he did have were very inconsistent. But over time, with the massive list of changes that came from the 1.05 patch, Kazuya's in a much better spot. With Season 1 ending soon, this video will help us look back at what Kazuya used to be. Season 2 is approaching, and it's very clear that the game is going to change a lot. Chances are, Kazuya is also going to change a lot as well. Will he get nerfed, or will he get buffed? You can't know until April 1st. My only hope is that the changes to Kazuya are fun, and don't ruin his character identity. If you watch all the way to the end, thank you for watching. Part 3 of the Tekken Iceberg will come after this video, so don't worry about that. However, I may make a video about all the changes Kazuya gets, and a few other characters. With all that said and done, I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for watching.